friends over at the house, but I decided I still need to make this video because it's very important for you guys to understand what type of business that we are, what type of industry that we are in, and what type of business that we do with certain individual companies. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So you hear noise in the background because I have family here. I'm a home-based business, and that's what I do. But I'll explain to you guys about what's really going on. We have actually have another location that we do all our printing out of, so we don't print, at this location that I'm in. But yeah, so we're gonna really get down to it because, it's like I have spoken to different people about DTF, about what's the future of DTF, and what's your pricing, or what type of printer should I actually start off with. It's a lot of different stuff I hear about DTF, and we're gonna get to it. So, but a lot of companies have rules that say you got to have PNG, transparent. If it's gonna be vector images, or it's gonna be PNG files or TIFF files or whatever they print, they're gonna have a certain you know uh, requirements when you start printing and whatnot. So just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna speak about that, and try to do it to my best ability. So we got one person that's tuning on. So we'll see if we get any other people to tune in on. It's crazy because I just had spoke to a person inquiring about a printer. It was asking me how much this printer costs. Should I purchase it? Is it be good for my business? And I say accordingly to what type of customers you have a high volume, slow, or every other day, or you just doing it for a hobby to turn it into a business. It all depends on your budget. I just say that. If I say, if you got a budget to purchase a big printer, and say 2 months later you're gonna upscale the business and you gotta go purchase another printer to keep up with the demand, I might as well get a big printer from the beginning, from the get go. Just do your due diligence. Make sure you guys research before you jump into the DTF. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you research before you jump into DTF. Why? A lot of people will actually want to call you up, don't have any clue about DTF, send you an image and say, hey, I want to print this out, send it to your website, don't either size it, and expect you to print it out and have it within a day or two because they have customers depending on this order. It's requirements, people. PNG, transparent, 300 DPI. Size it, and then you upload. Pick your quantity or gain sheet, however you want to do it. Just keep that in mind, guys, okay? So let me get to this. Since we got enough people that's starting to tune on, let me show you guys these images, colors, reds, right? Some companies out here, well, I'm located downtown, or Hawthorne, or Los Angeles. You send them these images, they can be sized. They can have cheap prices like $20 for a 144-inch gain sheet, feet gain sheet, however you want to say it, right? Cheap. But they colors, they reds are not red. They look pink, orangey, not red. And if you have customers that have certain images and know the quality and the colors that they have, especially if they print it out for someone else, because they're outsourcing the work to you, and you have on your website, we don't correct colors, we don't do this, whatever. So a lot of customers overlook that part. And instead of ordering one image and then use that for a sample, press it and see how it look, they don't do that. They order all of it, press it all up, and then give it to the customer. The customer's not happy, to come to you, complain. If you don't fix it, they give you a bad review. That's not what it is either. What it is some companies, they just print anything out and don't care how it comes out and blame it on the artwork. And maybe your artwork is good, 300 DPI, transparent background. You print it out, instead of the color coming out red, it comes out orangey looking. And then they just tell you, so what? You got what you got. Did you read the website or whatnot? And I think that's a bad eye on the business if they do have these websites and have these recommendations and things and whatnot, it can go in favor of the actual customer, or it can go in favor of the business. 9 times out of 10, it's going to go in favor of the business because they're not going to just focus on your work and print out a whole nother game sheet or something for you because, you know, your business matters really to us. That's not what happens. So I say that to say this. I had a customer actually hit me up and tell me they had this experience with a company that's downtown LA. They had very cheap prices. And, you know, in my head, I'm thinking like everything is going smoothly until they have one hiccup. And one problem can change the course of everything or the business history that you guys are building or built over one problem that you can't correct in a professional manner. We had color issues before. We print the images out for the customer. If they're local, I personally myself take them. I personally myself take them. And don't charge them, don't tell them rush, don't tell them nothing. And tell them the next order that you guys order from us, I will give you a store credit for this mistake. I'm so sorry. I have done that a couple of times personally myself. Some customers don't look at the image requirements. They don't. They probably call you up and say, hey, this happens, or hey, I'm trying to get this done. And you will have to sit up here and say, well, let me fix this for you. You know what I mean? Let me print one out if you're not now knowing exactly how the colors is how it will go, and give you a sample first. What day do you have to have these done by? Is what I would say. So we can have an understanding of getting your images together right in the colors and right and everything, a sample, so you won't have to have this mistake. Because sometimes everybody doesn't read a lot. It is no problem with that, especially when you're dealing with, you know, some orders need to be 2 days or 3 days in and out. So what we did is came up with 24 hours. We print 24 hours. You can call me up at 10 o'clock at night and say, hey, I'm about to go jump on a rush on the plane. Can you have an image ready for me in an hour or two? Yes, we can. We have an order that just went to a company and they can't have it in time. They told us they were, but they can't have it in time. And we spent XYZ dollars. Can you print this out for us? We will print it out for you and give you a discount just because you have your money already tied up with another company. That's what we do over here. Why? It's because that's what I come from, a background to where I put myself in the customer's shoes of understanding. I know how it is to have a person outsource the work to another company and they're not printing it because they're outsourcing to another company and they can't meet the demand or the order in time. So that's what we step in and say, hey, we'll take care of it for you. And if you're local, we offer delivery as well. Local pickup, rush delivery, rush orders. We do all that. That's what we do over here. So our customers will be happy. Now, this particular customer that you see right here, he's starting a clothing brand, and he wanted to see if the colors come out right. We did a sample for him. We didn't charge him for the sample. He liked it, but I told him that I think it should be a little bit more vibrant according to what I'm seeing on the actual screen, even though you're looking at something in RGB and you print it out into CYMK, but still, it's a quality that you know what you're looking at when you're printing for somebody who's coming up with a clothing brand for the first time and they want to make it pop and say, hey, I want to introduce myself like this. I could have just printed it out and say, hey, it looks good. And actually it does. It looks really good. But I just know the quality of what it can look like. This looks good. It looks great. But I know what it looked like. And that's the time that and this is the thing that I tell people, that it went away from what I'm about to say and it went into a field of production. It's just like having mom's old cooking, mom's old recipes, and have that mom's old restaurant that you go to. When mom has that seasoning that somebody else can't produce, or she give the recipe to somebody else and they reproduce it and turn it into, let's say, a Louisiana chicken or Church's chicken or KFC chicken or whatever. They're using somebody else's recipe, right? But it never will be the same as mom cooking it. And that's how I am. So that's why when I print, everything is printed, it prints out by me. Because I I know the difference between 720 and 1440, or 1440 by 1440 resolution, but a lot of printers don't print that. They just print this production, which is a passing color, 720 by 1440, 720 by 1800, 720 by 2400. But you guys would not know that. I just went and spoke womp, 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 womp to you guys. But it shows in the image, in the quality, the clarity of it. And the person knows how the image is supposed to look. And sometimes you don't get that. That's going to jeopardize the business relationship with me coming in with all these orders. This one order is going to jeopardize that. So now I have to be on the defense if my cutter's going to come out right dealing with you. And I have that with a customer as well. But we print it out on two different printers, so it's going to not print the same color. It's going to grab the colors different. So now you have to tweak and get the colors right. But if it's a rush order and you can't tweak and get the colors right, then that's going to be another story to talk about, how we can compensate from that. But other than that, the printers, you know, when it goes into production and big companies get involved and start having these lot of different channels or different companies, like he handles production, he handles print, who handles the quality control? Who handles the quality control? Who gonna just ship you out and say, hey, we didn't know it was like that? They knew it was like that. Why? Because they're rolling them up and looking at the roll to see what orders is whose. This is his right here. What image is these? These images are this guy's. And they look, this don't look as red. Oh, well, here you go. It's on the website. So you don't get that. You don't get what you're looking for. You always gonna get what they gonna give you. And hope that you can pass it because it's cheap. The price is cheap. Pay $20-something for 120-something inches long, and you get what you got. You gonna complain about it, look at the price. So, you know, sometimes cheap is not always good. Well, all the time cheap ain't always, well, I can't say that. Yeah, sometimes cheap ain't always good. It's a reason why something costs a certain price. Because you probably might have to deal with the BS down the line. If it's technical support, you name it. Some people pay a certain price, but they don't have to deal with the BS. They know they're going to give you good service every time, and you have to have no problem. If you have a problem with it, they're going to fix it, correct it without no issues, and blame it on you. That's what we offer over here. You know, but I say that to say this. Some companies have the marketing team. They have the product to market, and they just produce the product to the marketing team, and they make all these elaborate AI generated videos, commercials, or advertisement, and they have the budget to blast across all these social platforms from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They put it on autopilot, right? So you just get all your videos, you post them from Monday through Friday, and then you put your budget, you set your budget, and you push send. It's going to send it to all these social platforms until your budget runs out. Then it notifies you your budget is getting low. Do you want to replenish your budget? Yes, I do. And it's on autopilot again. And that's the moms and pops companies that's competing with these bigger companies. And that's why these bigger companies are able to thrive and give you the prices cheaper than the moms and pops companies, so they can try to drive the moms and pop company out, but they're not quality controlled. They're not quality controlled. And then when you talk to them, hopefully that they can understand what you have going on and what you're doing, and it can fix it without saying they got to go talk to somebody and get back to you when you have to have this order out by later on today. If not, you can hold it and stretch it out until tomorrow at the latest, but can somebody get in contact with you? Hopefully that you can have that contact or somebody say, hey, we can fix it. If not, then it's like remember Pink's All Out? Run what you run. It's like Pink's All Out. Run what you brung. It doesn't matter at this point in time. But that's who we give our power to or keep doing business with. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I look at. And like I said, no name dropping, not sputting anybody out, but just, hey, the proof is in the price. Not in the pudding, but in the price. You get what you paid for. The proof is in the pudding. Hell nah. The proof is in the price. You get what you paid for. So for the people that's watching, and people will see this actually a little bit later on down the line, go to FOMDTF.com. My number is at the top of the website. If you guys have merch that you want to actually get manufactured, or if you need somebody to consult you about having your merch, if you want to come say, hey, we need somebody to actually manufacture all this merch for us, or just want to get these basic transfers, and you need 5, 10, 20, no matter what the size is, or you say, hey, I want you to design my whole merch for me. I want to have 100 pieces or 50 pieces or whatever. We will help you out at FOMDTF. We care about the customers over here. I talk for a living. I talk your head off. We can sit and talk for hours about whatever you want to talk about related to this, and we can make it happen. So a lot of other companies that's out here that's doing it, that's bigger companies, we have a lot of your customers already. To be honest with you guys, if I wanted to start name dropping, we have a lot of different customers, and not customers scared to leave you guys bad reviews because they just said, hey, I don't want to leave them a bad review. And I say it's not about leaving a bad review, just telling people your experience that you have dealing with this company, for they can bring more people to them or away from them. You always got people, companies always want reviews, good or bad. Maybe they need to tighten up and fix something that they're not, thought they had it under wrap. Who knows? But I know at FOMDTF, we take care of everybody. I talk to people at 10 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock. It doesn't matter. Early in the morning, when my phone, on my website, it says 9 o'clock, we open. I talk to people at 6:30, 7 o'clock in a different state. Hey, I'm just wondering. And I got to make a straight face like I was up all the time. Really, I was asleep. But that's just what happens because I know what I signed up for. But we do all printing in-house. We don't outsource our printing to nobody else. And we just keep everything in-house. We keep quality control. And that's why I don't do a lot of promoting and advertising and marketing like how I was supposed to. Because if you hear about our company word of mouth, that's because we're a good company. And we treat everybody like family here. So no matter what the order size or capacity size is, we can fulfill those orders. If you just see just one of me and don't see nothing else. If you say, hey, we need 1,000 shirts, we can make it happen. Like we did for Legions, the rugby team that's in California. We did everything for their whole, for their company, for their team, the staff, their play, their go-away fits, and their practice fits. We did all of that for them. Over 700 and some pieces we did for those guys. This one of me by myself. But I can do more than that because I have a team behind me. But it just lets you know that that's how much quality control I'm hands-on with my business. You know what I mean? I can hire people and oversee them, but I do it myself, hands-on with these people to make sure it gets done right. We don't play no games over here at FOMDTF, not at all. A lot of people thought our company wasn't going to exist as long as it is, and boy, was they wrong. Boy, was they wrong. They was wrong. I could have partnered up with people. I could have got, investors and stuff like that, but I didn't do it. I really didn't need it at a point of time. I really did need investments at a point of time to keep this business up and going. And I don't tell people about the back end of stuff that people need to really see to keep the businesses going, but I just share my experiences with you guys on the forefront of things. But yeah, my company wasn't doing too good at one point in time, to be honest with you guys. But now, I always stick to my guns. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I signed up for. I knew exactly what I signed up for. So I get all this, is your chain real? Is your Rolex watch real? Is your rings real? Is your earrings real? I get all this scrutiny from the people that's not even understanding what's going on, that a black man is stepping up and building this shit. So that's the thing. My people don't either support me, but it's a world out here to support you. So that's what I strive for. And that's what I know my blessings are going to come. And can't nobody steer me off my path. Oh, you should stop doing this right here and focus on doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just steer you off your path. You know what I'm saying? When they know you got a voice, you can speak to the people, you got charisma, you got swag, and you actually can talk right, proper, and make people laugh and stuff and got character, that speaks volumes, and that goes a long way. So people can't steer you off your path if you know what's right for you and what your calling is. So that's why we still here. And so I don't want to smut anybody. I don't want to talk about anybody bad just for me to sell, and the people to say, hey, create controversy between this company, mention these names and the quality of their work and what they do, just for me to seem like I'm just better than everybody. I just go ahead and promote my business. And a wise man told me before. He said, hey, Aaron. He said, Aaron. He said, you should just promote your business and market your business. Don't worry about nobody else. But if I would have listened to him the first time, I would have had my first YouTube channel successful. If I would listen to him the second time, I'd have had my second YouTube channel successful. But I didn't. I went with what I thought that I wanted to do. So I had to, it humbled me in a whole lot coming back and thinking, because I can go and go back to my mistakes and recant and like, damn, I really thought it was this way. Dang, I really thought. So I can go back and learn from the mistakes. Some people just keep an arrogant head and keep on going and think it ain't no mistakes. So I learned from that. I'm teachable and reachable. So when I figured this part out, and then I started looking at everything in a whole nother light, I had to take a step back from YouTube. Boom. I had to pull myself back. Boom. Like, let me go get the in-house stuff together first and then come back out again. So that's what I done now. So you got to reinvent yourself, especially when you're down at your lowest. That's going to define who you really are. If you had it before or whatever, but when you're down at your lowest and you're trying to get back up and build it back up, that's going to define who you really are. Or if not, then it's going to reminisce on when you had it and when you used to do it big, and keep that and hold that dear to heart until don't leave this earth. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate the ones for watching, like, comment, subscribe. And for people that reach out to me, we just be having intimate conversations about this DTF printing, about different companies and how they, the customer service is. And it's a funny, if I can just do some type of show and invite people on and talk about it, it'll shake up a whole lot of stuff. But other than that, I leave stuff alone and I stay in my own lane. It's too much money out here for everybody within the DTF, especially all the smaller companies, guys. This is the cool thing about it. It's a lot of small YouTubers, because this happens in the business world and inside of the cyber world with YouTube. It's like millions of small YouTubers, right? And they don't either connect with each other to build a social community. Some of them do, but not all of them. Not all of them. And they supposed to share content and help each other build their channels and stuff or whatnot, and create that circle, of that community. It's all about building the community. If you don't build that community, it's nobody going to support you with just one or two sales and periodically another one or two sales. You got to build a community, have a story. Somebody told me that too. So, shout out to all the people that gave me good advice, you know what I mean, and just helped me build. And I still take all the advice that they give me. And days when I'm at my lowest, or days when I'm trying to figure something up and try to get everything brewing and stirring it up and make my gumbo, I try to recant back on what people, or go back to what people was telling me about how to build your business or different things I remember. It's kind of like the Slumdog Millionaire type movie, when he was knowing about certain things and he knew that this wasn't right because he lived it, and then he was able to answer it based off of life experience and experiencing it. So hope that makes sense. But I'm gonna leave you guys with that, and thank everybody for watching. Share all my content once you watch the old videos. It's gonna be new videos that are gonna be coming out, and you're gonna see the new production of what we do, and get more familiar of the F.O.M brand. So yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, man. And to another one, I'm out. Peace.